Hey, Plant Fam? No, all right.
I was waiting to see if you were gonna say
I wasn't sure. I don't know, and then you say it, and I start saying it, and we're like kind of at the same time, but not really. It's just, hey, Plant Fam.
Hey, Plant Fam.
Hey, Fam.
Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jacqueline.
This is David, and this is our jungle.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay.
Okay.
So today we are going to talk about 10 things that are irritating. Not in general. Plant things. Let me rephrase that.
Way more than 10 in general.
10 plant things that are irritating.
Yeah.
So we sat down and we talked about this, and then I asked you guys too in a community post if there were any plant trends or plant care things that irritated you. So we came up with a list. There's probably stuff that we're forgetting. So, oh.
Excuse me.
That was rude. I can't film today.
You're fine. So I thought this is funny because you have like things that are irritating, and then you have like plant-based irritation, which is basically what we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
It's
and the first one is
it's good. It's gluten-free.
one that...
Gluten-free irritation.
Don't eat your plants. The first one is one that I think we can all agree on, and it's when you're shopping in the store and you see a plant and it's cute and there's pebbles at the top, and you pick it up and you realize that the pebbles are glued on to the top of the plant. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out why, aside from like that they're just not going to fall out in shipping. But like that's a little bit extreme.
I mean, sure.
Because the roots need to breathe. Like, we know this as plant parents, like that you put your plants into a chunky soil so that they can breathe.
I don't think there's any other like shopping experience where there's like a place where they just glue rocks to whatever they're selling and then ship it. That sounds
Yeah. What else do they
just,
glue
like,
to the plants that bothers you?
The stupid plastic thing on top of the cacti.
The fake plastic flowers.
Like, who needs that? It's you know what? It actually looks like
or
a little
gift.
Lego
They
tree.
do like the little gift at Christmas time on top of the cactus.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I'm just really glad
or when
they don't.
spray paint.
Yeah, no, and all of these things, I'm glad that. I mean, like, I'd rather them not do it to a living thing, but if they are going to do it to a living thing, better a cactus than like a gerbil, I suppose.
Spray your gerbil
Nobody
and
would
glow
buy
in the
it.
dark.
I glued this purple mohawk on him.
Paint.
And everything's fine.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
Totally normal.
You shouldn't glue plants.
I don't understand.
They do it with the little bonsai things too.
Yeah.
It's all glued down, and
It's
it's
so bad for the plant. How are
Right.
you gonna water it? Where's the water?
You gotta get home. You gotta get like a little monocle.
You need like a chipper. Yeah.
You gotta do like a little thing, but like only a little one, to get because it's all little rocks.
How does it go?
Like this.
What was you made a noise? That's good.
Whatever.
Another one that you guys expressed, number 2 on the list that you thought was irritating, was when the plants have the wrong labels in the store, or if they're just like not labeled at all. You know how I like to make fun of Costa Farms when it's just like
hello,
houseplant.
my name is Houseplant.
Yeah, my friends call me
Green.
Houseplant.
Green. That's real specific.
I love that. Or when it just says wax plant on it for like a Hoya and doesn't tell you what it is. It's really, really not helpful for people who are trying to research the plant that they got in the store. I don't know about you guys, when I first started buying plants, I didn't look up plants ahead of time. I just went to the store and I'd be like, oh, look at this plant, it's cute.
Pretty,
and then I'd look at the label and it would be like houseplant, and I'd be like, well, that sucks. Or like assorted foliage.
And that's the story of your first dead fern. Of course.
Because I couldn't look up
foliage.
I couldn't look anything up about the plant, like, because I would do it right there in the store too, be like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, is this something I really want?
You should just be honest and put a tag on it that says we have no idea.
That would be really
Might
funny.
be carnivorous.
I mean, a lot of people, that's what you do when you don't know the ID of a plant, though. You put no ID.
Oh, that's good.
You put like the genus that you believe that it is, but you don't know the specific either species or variety or whatever it is.
Right. Well, if you don't know, right.
So you just put that it has no ID. There are so many Hoyas that just have no ID, or they're just named after the place in which they were found.
Right.
But nobody really knows.
It's like a John Doe, but a plant. It's like a plant doe.
No, but what happens is you can get somebody finds the same plant in 2 different places, and now people are confused.
Okay.
So like, Hoyas are confusing. Anyway.
Hoyas are confusing.
So, oh, and then somebody else said when they changed the name too on the label to make
That's
it like
always
sound
super fun.
like
Yeah.
fancier. Costa Farms likes to do that with like the Monstera Peru. They call it the Green Galaxy, which like I've literally never heard anybody call that plant before aside
No.
from Costa Farms. I get that that's like a
course.
common name for it maybe, but like I've never
Costa Farms, what are you doing?
never heard I've never
Your
heard
pots
of
are terrible.
it. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get there. That's on the
We're
list.
getting there. All right, here we go.
Do you want to read them too so you know what
Which
I'm talking
one am I
about?
reading? Oh, number 3 on the list of irritating things, when there's instructions on the plant to water it with ice cubes.
Usually orchids.
Yeah,
They'll be like,
it's
just
an
put 2
orchid
ice
thing.
cubes in it a week, and it's like,
Right.
but why? I know people that do that and their plants are fine, but I really don't recommend it. Plants don't like cold water.
No, you could totally water them with
Plus, like, there's
liquid
not enough.
nitrogen.
There's
Like, it's
not
fine.
enough water in 2 ice cubes for your whole entire plant, though. That's the thing too. Like, you
Right.
need to like fully saturate your plants when you water them. I joke around and I'm like, oh, just a little sippy sip, but that's kind of like in between regular waterings. If I notice that a plant looks particularly dry, give it a
Right.
little sippy sip. But otherwise, you're supposed to soak through your plants. You're not over watering your plant if you're watering it all at one time. Over watering means watering your plants too frequently, like too close together. I can't over water it if I water it twice in the same day. Like if I water it and then water it again in an hour. Like,
I didn't water it for a year, but like that's fine.
Well, then it's gonna die.
I don't know, maybe the ice thing is just like if you're walking around and you have like a slushie you haven't finished, you could just like throw it into that pot. Like
Just
whatever.
throw it in.
Whatever's frozen, it's fine.
Totally normal.
Yeah, completely
No,
normal.
the roots absorb warm water better, so I definitely always recommend watering your plants with room temperature water or like lukewarm water that comes out of the faucet. You don't want to water them with hot water. You don't want to water them with super cold water either.
I mean, just think of it as if you're getting into a bathtub and you don't have pants on.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you want it filled with ice? Do you want it scalding?
Yeah.
No. No, your roots need to not have either of those. So, like, nice,
I think it just
nice
absorbs
warm
it
water.
better too.
Yeah, it's all good.
I don't know.
Treat your plants like a pantless person. Don't do that. It's weird.
Okay, so number 4 on the list is interesting because it has to do with plant care tips that are on the tag at the store. So you mentioned the plant of steel tag
Right.
that they like. What
Yeah.
does that even mean? They
It's
tell
like,
you
oh,
that
this
you
is
can't kill it.
Yeah, this is a no light plant.
Let me tell
you.
you.
Or whatever. Right.
You could kill. Yeah, thrives in
Yes.
low light.
Yeah.
Nothing.
How many plants of
thrives.
steel have you killed? I've
A
killed
lot.
a few.
A
For
lot.
sure.
I've killed. Who
Plants of
hasn't killed a
steel.
snake plant? Come on.
Right.
Everybody thinks they're so easy, but realistically, like everybody's killed at least one snake plant because they
Yeah.
forgot to water it for a really long time, and then when they went to water it, the roots rotted because it couldn't handle the saturation. So
Poor snake.
until I learned that, I killed a few. Now I know that you should water your snake plants at least every other week.
Right.
Before it was like, no, you never really need to water them, and I would just like never water my snake plants.
Right.
Like, don't do that. You can even water them every week. It depends on you and your environment and your plant, how big it is, what it's in. We've had this conversation.
If there's
1,000
rocks
times.
glued to it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
What's another one? Oh, when it tells you to just water it once a week. Somebody said, like, when it just says water this plant once a week, because it'll tell you like the type of light that it wants and like the frequency of watering, and it's like, well, how do you know?
Right.
How do you know? What if I'm keeping it in my bathroom and it's staying moist all the
You
time?
Just water it once a week. Put it in something that doesn't have drainage and water it once a week. Nothing will go wrong.
That's a terrible idea.
That's good advice.
Yeah, overwater it once a week. What else?
Where
Do,
are
do,
we?
do, do. Somebody said water when dry.
That's good.
What kind of stupid plant care is that? Like water when... Gee, really?
Right.
Thank you.
Water when wet.
Number 5 is bad plant advice online. So... What?
No, I'm just
It's
remembering that
true.
video where they're like growing like a sansevieria out of a banana.
You
or
know,
whatever
some
the
people
heck
do
it
that
was,
for
like,
nutrients. That one's not as
okay,
crazy.
maybe not the banana. There was something
as
else.
other
What did she do? Did she put it in her like shoe?
I don't know.
It was something really weird.
They did
but
weird
yeah,
stuff in that video.
That was a weird one.
Yeah.
And then they just cut it, and it's like it's a full plant.
Yeah,
It's like,
that
it's
is
not the same
realistic
plant
at all.
Right.
No. Oh, for example, somebody said when people tell you to let the soil dry out and you'll get rid of your fungus gnats. If that was the case, I wouldn't have any fungus gnats because I don't water my plants as much as I should.
Right.
And anything that would get really sad, I keep all in one place. And there's no fungus gnats over there, like with the calatheas and stuff. So
I have a question.
We've been good with fungus gnats.
Is it, I know it's for like bad plant advice and stuff, but is it okay to correct somebody if they say calathea wrong?
Everybody keeps bringing this. Everybody keeps bringing this up. There's no right or wrong way to say anything. Say it however you want to.
I knew I started it.
You did it on purpose.
I did, totally.
It is technically calathea, though.
Calathea?
Oh, the laundry's done.
For a little over an hour.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad plant advice online, and you have to keep in mind too, like what I just said before, everybody's different. Your environment is going to be different, like what you have it in might be different. We might put them in different soil, different pots. Like mine might be in a really hot spot, yours is in like a not so hot spot, so mine's going to dry out faster than yours. So like when people ask me for care tips, I'm kind of like, nah. I could tell you what I do, but I can't tell you what's going to work for you. You kind of just have to figure it out yourself. It's not.
Okay.
Why are you making fun of me?
Just because of how expressive you are. It's cute.
Would you want me to sit here like this and just be like, okay, ready?
Plants.
Number 6 on the list is somebody who was irritated by. I can't talk like that. Somebody was irritated by not enough care, like actual detailed care tips being on the more uncommon plants that they come out with in the big box stores, like Costa Farms.
Yeah,
especially throwing out like maybe an alocasia that usually would have been pretty expensive, and then just like some and then some random lady who doesn't know any, because majority of the people who I see at the big box stores,
random lady,
they don't really know anything about the plants. They just go in there because they want to find something cute for their space. They don't really know anything. So I would feel bad too if they didn't know how to take care of the plant. And no, in Costa Farms, they probably didn't label it properly either for them to be able to go home and actually look up proper care advice for that plant. So I get that. I get where they're coming from, because people go crazy over these plants. They really
just want the cute plant. And then they get home with a fiddly fig and it just dies and they never buy plants again. Because that's what fiddly figs
Nobody
do.
tells them how difficult they are.
Right.
Or how much they hate being moved. Imagine if it said on the label of every fiddle leaf fig, though, about how much they don't like being moved. Nobody would take them home.
They could have different, instead of, hear me out. Instead of the whole plants of steel thing and like labeling them that way, they could have just like different pictures of people. Like somebody on the floor crying dramatically for like one type of plant, like the ficus. And like one with like, the man of steel for like something, something like a cactus that's just with something glued on his head.
You'd have to come up with like a...
Yeah, like just a dramatic picture from like a movie of somebody just like sobbing in the shower. Like that's what this plant is like. That's what you're going to get.
Not a good sales tactic.
And water it just as much as this person in the shower with his tears. Go ahead. Where are we?
This one was yours, number 7.
All right, look. If you're a big box store and you have plants
Home Depot
that have been waterboarded by whoever's working there for months, and there's one little happy little piece of new growth and it's so hopeful, don't charge full price for the plant. Yeah. Like you killed the rest of it.
No one's gonna buy it.
You destroyed it. The soil is concrete. There's just this one sad little thing, just hoping against hope that it will be purchased and brought back to life. Yeah. Make it easier for that plant to exist.
Yeah, make it easier for the plant people who like to rescue plants too.
Yeah, of course.
I don't have space or time for that, but
all they're doing is throwing everything out anyway.
Well, sometimes they throw away plants that aren't dead yet. So it's just like
That
they
reminds
just
me of
needed
Monty
water.
Python.
Yeah.
Right? He's like,
Bring
I'm
out
not
your
dead yet.
dead.
And he keeps hitting, he hits him again. He's like, yeah, you are, you just don't realize it yet. That's what they do.
He'll be dead soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they should run around with the Home Depot cart, just shouting, bring out your dead, as they collect all the plants that they killed.
Yeah, it is sad. I always complain about that in the shopping videos because I'm always like, oh, like I would buy this and rescue it, but like it's sad, so I don't want to spend $25 on a
Right.
plant that might die.
Right.
I should get a discount on it if it's sad.
Help the plant.
Yeah,
Make it a happy plant.
yeah. I'm with you on that one.
One day we're all going to be irradiated and the plants are going to take over and they're going to remember that.
Maybe.
I'm just saying. Ficus is going to get some revenge on me. Yeah.
The bromeliads are gonna come for me. Are you kidding?
The bromeliads are coming. Yeah, that's
Seriously,
good.
I was talking about
That's
how
nice.
like you water the air plants the same exact way that I do, but when you do it, like they live, and when I do it, they die. And I was
right.
like, maybe it's because I talk so much crap about bromeliads that
You're
they
gonna have like
just don't
10-story
like me.
bromeliads shooting lasers and like destroying
I'm
the
like,
whole town.
I watched
and-
him do it. I'm like, what
That's
is he
good.
doing differently than me?
Yeah,
Same exact thing.
that reminds me. I gotta water the air
Same, yeah,
plants.
you do.
That's not-
Same exact thing. That's his one job when it comes to the plants. And helping me if I need help.
Yeah.
So, number 8 is the thing that you guys know irritates me if you watch my plant shopping videos. It's when you have to pay extra for a plant that's in an ugly pot. Just because it's in a pot. You don't want the pot because it's
Right,
ugly.
they put the
But if you take the plant out of the pot, then there's no price. You can't just buy the plant without the pot. I don't want to spend $20 on a plant. This is just like a little plant that I can get for like $10 somewhere else.
All because it's wrapped in a giant ceramic Band-Aid. Costa
Yeah,
Farms.
and that's why I have like 7
They're
of
terrible.
those
Don't
terrible
like those.
Training Tropicals pots because I always switch the plants out of
No.
them and then I don't
Yeah.
know what to do with them. I've been using them in the greenhouse because you don't really see them in there and they're nice and heavy so that the
Right.
plants don't, like the top heavy philodendrons don't fall over, but like damn, they're ugly. They're so ugly. I'm paying you extra for this ugly pot that I don't want.
Yes, they're charging
It's not
you to
just
get-
Casa Farms.
They
It's
don't
other-
want the pot either.
and
They're
maybe it's
like,
just
we're
not my
gonna charge
personal
you to take it.
style, but the pot's not necessarily ugly. You know what I mean? But I don't want the pot. I don't
Right.
want it. I'm not the only one who switches them out either. People are like, you shouldn't do that. Okay, well, everybody does it. I would happily pay
Right.
whatever price as long as I don't have to pay for this ugly pot that I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I just want the plant. If you had a cute pot, I would buy the cute pot. I just don't want an ugly one.
Take the one that's least offensive, Costa Farms, because it doesn't look exactly like a Band-Aid.
We still appreciate you, Costa Farms.
Of course we do. We just need you to stop manufacturing really terrible pots.
Yeah, and number 9, stop putting your plants in death plugs.
Oh,
Because that's number 9 on the list, are the
Yeah.
stupid plastic plugs. I don't mind the mesh ones as much. I know people don't.
Oh, the plastic with like the slots on them?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, those are evil.
like without
Yeah.
telling people. You don't even put it anywhere on there that like the plant is in a plastic plug and that you should repot it.
Yeah,
There's nowhere for the roots to go.
right.
And you never know if it's there unless you up pot the whole thing.
Right. Well, and you gotta
And
take
that's
a
not
little dirt
always
and get
good for
dirt
the
out of
plant
there and
to
then
do
clip it
either.
all
You
and-
want to give it time
Right.
to acclimate to your environment before you start messing around with the roots.
Yeah.
Plus,
No,
I'm
it's-
just lazy and I don't want to repot my plants. So, like, I just leave them in their
It's-
nursery containers for a while unless I absolutely have to.
Well, it seems like a lot of them just like they grow them just a little bit in the plugs.
Yeah.
Then they shove them in something with peat moss and grass on top and like off it, and then they glue rocks to it, and then off it goes.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Not far off.
in
You
a
should
really
get a job
terrible
there.
pot.
You seem
Yeah,
to know exactly what
how
they
to
do.
it. I got this. I got this covered.
But I know that I'm not alone on this one. You guys tell me all the time to be careful. You're like, I have the same plant from the same company, and there
Dead.
was a death plug. I still have not repotted my Aglaonemas that you guys kept on urging me to repot, so I don't really know if there are death plugs in
Something
there.
lurks under the
Nothing's
glued
dying.
rocks.
They're
Yeah.
like growing and thriving. So if we gotta cut plastic off the roots, then we're just gonna cut some plastic off the roots, you know? Yeah.
Goes in plastic.
Number 10, you like number 10.
General neglect and overwatering at big box stores. Waterboarding the plants.
Or just
Torturing
not watering
the
them at
plants.
all, and they're all crispy.
There was one where I went and and it was like a little succulent or whatever, and this lady just had the hose over it and and I was watching it and I'm like why?
The poor succulent's probably screaming.
No, you know what? It was like in slow motion. The water was glistening and I just heard this like sad, and it was just like help me, blah, 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 blah. Like I felt so bad for it. It was like floating in
screams.
its own little pot. It was like, oh, you couldn't hear it. It was all muffled.
I mean, it's okay to drown them as long as they're draining properly.
No,
but...
this wasn't. No, she had an agenda, this woman. She was killing it, is what she was doing. It was something that plant did.
She took it personal.
I think so. Please, no. This is why they should be marked down. Imagine the life.
Or in the winter when Walmart puts their plants out in the cold.
Yeah, we're gonna leave these in the parking lot next to the thing that says "wash your hands"
They're
and
all
shouts
cold
at everybody.
damage, and you're like, but
Right.
why? Why would you do that? So your
no,
whole entire stock of plants, like that can't be good for your business.
It's just constantly like their heat blasting equipment, and then frozen air from the doors that are automatically opening if you sneeze a few aisles down. Yeah, that's really good for the plants.
That is good.
Buy the plants, people. We feel bad for the plants.
I don't have room to save them all. That's why I tell you guys to
Buy
go
it
save them in the videos.
Buy it in the name of that poor little drowned succulent.
You didn't save it.
It was too late.
Just stop the lady.
It said
like,
it reached out a little tendril, and it was like, it's too late for me. Go on and tell others my story.
That's so depressing.
Yeah, see? This is what I'm saying. Save the plants.
That's like every Hoya I've gotten from Home Depot. I've had to take it out and like let it sit on paper towels or something to like try and get some of the moisture out.
Wrap it in a warm blanket.
Because no, what baffles me though is that the leaves will be floppy, like they look thirsty, but the soil is oversaturated.
Right.
I'm like, how did you even do that?
It's like every plant purchase from Home Depot is this dramatic scene at the end of the movie where they survive some calamity and they put a blanket over somebody and give them a little hot cocoa and they're like, it's going to be okay. Like, that's how it is when you bring your plants home. Yeah, you're just like the poor plants, just like...
Not all of them.
Horror.
Not all of them. There is the Lowe's. The Lowe's in Bloomfield, the lady that works there takes really good care of the plants. So, like, it depends on the big box store. We're obviously just goofing, but I think we can all agree that majority of the time, they're not always, like, horticultural specialists.
It's a thing.
They don't know what they're doing. They just throw water at the plants, or they don't water them at all. Or they put them out in the direct sun when they're not supposed to be. They put them out in the cold. They keep all the succulents right next to the front door in the winter, too. And I'm like...
Right.
Of all the plants.
No, I like it when they shove them outside when it's 100 degrees and the sun's just, like, right there. And they're like, what could possibly go wrong with this syngonium out here? Absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all.
No, it'll be fine.
Let us know if you agree with these 10 things, if you would add anything to the list, because I'm sure there's plenty more. I did share some of yours, obviously, but if you have more, put it in the comment section below. I would love to read it. We can always do a part 2. I'm sure there's an endless list of plant things, plant care, you know, like telling people to just put pebbles in the bottom. It's fine. You don't need a drainage hole.
All right, I did that once.
It's still alive.
It's still alive.
It's thriving, actually, but
fine.
I don't recommend it.
I did it out of absolute ignorance. It just turned out right. All right, on we
It's
go.
a pothos.
Here we go.
I appreciate you, fam. If you enjoyed this video, you should give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. It's down there. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. You should go follow him, too. He does stuff on YouTube. Yeah. And we have a channel. And we can like we gotta film another video this week. Yeah. And get that up for you guys. We're aiming for like one at least every other week. That's doable for us. Like 2 a month. Ish. Right now. Because like I do daily uploads. He has like a normal day job. So like we're a little busy. Yeah. But it's okay because we enjoy doing it and taking you guys along with us when we go on like our little day dates.
Little thingies.
So there's a join button down there if you want to be part of the official plant fam. You guys know the rest of the spiel, I'm just going to leave it at that, and I appreciate
Okay.
you. Because you're going to yell at me if I take too long. I appreciate you, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye!